with the most dominant bears in the river anymore for the best fishing spots. And then, of course, you know, our story of, you know, courtship, reproduction, genetics going on down here. 856 still following that female, number 289. She's, you know, not keen on him following everywhere, but bears have such a great sense of smell. You know, bears have such a strong sense of smell that 856 is going to be able to recognize her scent and follow her very easily through the very thick vegetation here. And now he's going back to his preferred fishing spot in the jacuzzi. The bear walking near the island right now with the short left ear, very recognizable, an adult male that we just saw for the first time at Brooks Falls last year. Had only fished the river in September and October prior to that. He's stolen a fish tonight. Maybe he doesn't know how to fish a lot of these areas downstream of Brooks Falls. Maybe he thinks that stealing is going to be his best bet. Last year we did see him fishing on the lip of the falls, but that's occupied right now by number 402, who's caring for 2 yearling cubs sitting on the bank next to her. .856 has another fish. That's probably his 8th, I believe, since I started watching him around 6:30 or so. So if he gets to 10 fish, that'll be 45,000 calories. Each one of those fish this time of the year, again, about 4,500 calories. And bears want to eat as many fish as they can right now to get sort of a head start on putting on weight before they go into hibernation. The salmon that they can get in the fall may be easier to catch because they've already spawned. Many of them have died, but they contain far fewer calories, maybe about half the number of calories that they do right now. So I see 13 adult bears here and 2 cubs. So there's a lot of bears around this evening. 856, you can see how skilled he is. He's had a lot of practice in the jacuzzi. That's an advantage of being a very big adult male. He just waltzed right in there, immediately caught another fish. He's been eating the whole fish too. He's not quite so full that he's starting to high grade yet, where he's eating the skin, the brain, and the eggs, the fattier parts of the fish. And I'm not sure at what point in time, you know, a bear gets full enough that it's going to start to do that. Now, how many fish does it really take before a bear starts to only eat the fatty tissues off of it? And in a salmon, a lot of the fat is concentrated in the skin, in the brains, and especially the salmon eggs. Salmon eggs are nothing but fish oil practically, so they are extremely rich in calories. Far more so than the salmon flesh, and especially things like the entrails and the gill plates. Meanwhile, back at the waterfall, 747 was eating a fish. And he's maybe number 2 in the hierarchy here. He wants his fishing spot back. The oldest bear here that we know of, number 410, is in that fishing spot. So as he was trying to maybe get that fishing spot, the jacuzzi was left vacant. 856 went downstream, so 747 decided, you know what, I'm going to go to the jacuzzi instead of trying to displace 410. So he didn't necessarily yield that spot to 410. He just probably saw that there was a better place to fish. And then downstream, so much action going on tonight. 856 getting up in 775 lefty's face, challenging him. Now he's walking away from that interaction. Unless a bear is trying to, a male bear is trying to gain access to a female or a fishing spot, the dominant bear is going to be the one that walks away, turns his back on the other bear. You can see the bear on the left, the subordinate bear, just standing and watching 856 walk away. 856 not paying him very much attention at the moment. And 856 still keeping tabs on that female bear that's sitting on the rock that you can see kind of at the top of the frame. Far downstream, though, we have bears chasing after salmon. Moving in and out of my line of sight there. Again, those younger bears that can't compete with the really big bears for the best fishing spots up at Brooks Falls have to, make a living somewhere else. And downstream is often where they try to do it. Except in that area, salmon have a lot of places to swim away. It's not like the waterfall where you can, wait for a salmon to make a mistake, kind of get disoriented in the foam of the waterfall. Maybe they don't see you. Downstream, they can easily see predators approach. So bears in that area have to expend usually a lot more energy to successfully catch fish. All of these bears here have encountered one another before. This is not something new to them. Every bear that I see right now has been documented at Brooks Falls in past years. So bears, being so smart, they recognize each other from season to season, certainly from day to day. They don't have to reestablish the hierarchy on a daily basis. And that means they can avoid physical confrontations, as much as possible. We periodically see number 402, the female bear, the mother bear. We periodically see her kind of turning around and looking back at her cubs, maybe just to check on them, see that they're still there, maybe giving them some reassurance that things are okay.